Hi guys, my name is Lauren Lewis.
And I'm Ramana Khbati, and we're your co-hosts for the Life Unfiltered podcast.
Guys, today, me and Ramon are doing something very exciting and very different. If you guys do not know, Ethnic Fair at Athens High School is a really, really, really cool thing that we do once a year. Ramon is going to tell us all about it, and honestly, I don't know much about it. So Ramon, my little expert here, is going to tell us everything that we need to know.
I am so excited. This is my last year doing Ethnic Fair. Okay. I'm so sad. I'm definitely going to come back and watch whenever I can. But Ethnic Fair is just honestly one of the best programs, I think, at Athens that really gets you to show who you are and be able to come in a group and just get closer to people. Also teaches you leadership and like so many amazing things, and just being responsible, showing up on time, doing what you can. It's just one of the best things. I've done Middle Eastern Club for the past 3 years, and it's never not felt better. Like, yes. It's just amazing. Definitely has its ups and downs and its struggles, and it's obviously a lot of responsibility. But once you're on there, and once you watch the whole thing on stage, and you're on the stage and nothing else matters, you just forget about all the struggles, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so you're like super involved. You mentioned clubs and everything like that. So if I were a freshman and I'm hearing about Ethnic Fair and all these clubs and all these things, how do you think I should start to kind of get introduced?
So actually, I learned about Ethnic Fair my first year at Athens. My friends were like, "Oh my God, you should come." Actually, I was not planning to come at first. I was like, "Nah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here." I was so uninvolved my freshman year, and then all my friends were like, "Come on, like it's so fun." So I went, and holy crap, like you're in the audience and you feel excited. Like they're on there, they're dancing, they're excited, and they make you excited. You're like going to get on stage and start dancing with them. And like shout out to Filipino and Korean, all the clubs, everyone did so good. But my friend was in Filipino, and I was just like, wow, this is so exciting, like oh my God. And I was thinking about joining them at first, but then I was like, there's no Middle Eastern club, and I was just like, yo, like why not start it?
Right?
So that's what I did.
I really like that you noticed the lack of something that you wanted, and you created it. You created the space that you wanted to see.
Thank you, Lauren.
You were the change you wanted to see. That's really cool, Ramon.
You're so sweet.
Yeah. Now, do you want to kind of like touch on club culture at Athens a little bit? Because I think that honestly, it's something very unique to Athens and Troy, and honestly isn't like any other school district.
Yes, 100%. Honestly, Troy. First of all, Troy students are so involved. I think we've talked about this a lot, especially with our guests that we have talked with. And it's just because we have these opportunities, obviously, and we're taking advantage of them. But at Troy, you can literally, I don't know about Troy High School specifically because I don't attend, but at Athens, you can go to club meetings. You can go to the club fair. You can go get involved. If you don't like the club, you don't have to stay in it. There's no, like, crazy responsibility. I feel like as college, I don't know much about it, but once you're in there and you're like, oh, like I don't really like this, or what's it called, you can leave. So don't be afraid to just get in there. You're not like being held down and like give me all your money. Yes. You have to stay in this club or you're gonna die.
Yes, I think that's a fear, and that was like a fear of mine like freshman year. It seemed like such a big commitment, and I was like, okay, like I'm committing to all of these things. Like, am I gonna actually want to do it? Am I gonna like it? So totally
100%. And a lot of the clubs need people. Like they want people, especially freshmen. Like we want you guys to join. We want you guys to get involved, not just wanting you to, but like it's seriously such a community, and we want to keep the communities we have, and we want to build them up if we can. And it's honestly, once you're involved in a club, it feels so amazing. It's such a community, you know what I mean? Like those are your people, and that's honestly most of the time how you make friends. Like
yes.
If not in your classes, then at your clubs. Like that's how you get closer to people too.
Yeah. And guys, I think that this is something I'm starting to notice more, and especially as you get older, like you really have to network to make friends, especially when you get older, you know, and it's not just like, you know, happening to meet people, you know, like college and like other things, like it's really gonna prompt you to step out of your shell and just sign up for a random club you see and just go by yourself and just sit down and meet people and just talk to strangers and meet people.
And don't be afraid to go up to people first. Like I feel like a lot of people want to be adopted, and honestly I've had those moments where I'm like, please someone come up to me, I don't want to get up and talk to anyone.
Exactly.
But like get up and adopt someone. Like, be like, you're my friend now. Like, not really, but like, if you don't, and you don't have to stay friends. Like, if you don't like this person, if they're like not your cup of tea, you don't have to stay friends with them. But you get to meet those people through these clubs. You're not committing to anyone. And then if you want to get closer or whatever, you can always talk outside the club, become closer, get their number. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, it's so cool to be like the includer and like to be, like, it's so cool to just like, you can get like a conversation going between two people and then just kind of like walk away and just like let them talk.
Exactly. And also, like, nothing's embarrassing or awkward unless you make it that way. Like, I think I had like a whole year where I just didn't feel embarrassed or awkward at all. And even till now, it's hard for me to feel embarrassed or awkward or shy, honestly, because I think I just played it into my routine and mindset so much that I don't feel awkward. But sometimes I'll try to like understand when someone feels awkward so that I'm not like putting them in an awkward situation, and then it's hard because I never know, you know what I mean?
Of course.
But it's like, I think that's one of my favorite things that I played into my life, because I will go up to anyone and talk to anyone. You could be a random person at the grocery store, you're my friend now, and that's how it's gonna happen. Like,
I can speak to that. That now if I think that ethnic fair is a really good showcase of how we celebrate diversity in Troy, and how our students get to showcase their culture and how we come from everywhere, and it's really, really cool. How does that make you feel that you're able to represent your culture in that way, and in that Athens is so supportive of that?
First off, I've been to other school districts, and like I didn't feel as welcomed in those areas sometimes.
Interesting.
And then when I came to Athens, I was getting the gist of it. I was getting a little more comfortable. I was seeing people of different ethnicities and backgrounds and cultures, and it was already amazing. But being able to see ethnic fair was honestly a whole... Guys, no one does ethnic fair like Athens.
No one does ethnic fair like Athens.
Sorry to say it. But they all do great. But I feel like Athens... other schools come to Athens, by the way, to like celebrate ethnic fair, and it's just so beautiful to see. Like, I feel welcomed, and I feel like I can show who my people are, and I can see other people. I got to learn so much about like different culture. Like, dude, the Filipino dance, like, I say this because I have a lot of friends in Filipino dance, like, they have so much similar moves to us. Like, they do a lot of footwork too, and I think like being able to see that and seeing the similarities between different cultures and the differences too, and seeing how beautiful that is, like, I think that was my favorite part. It made me feel so beautiful. Lauren, have you gone to ethnic fair, and what do you think?
I have not gone to ethnic fair.
It has to be your first year.
This is going to be my first year, and honestly, this is the first year I'm not dancing in high school, so I have a lot more time. Yes! So yeah, I did my first charity week for the first time. I actually had time to like stay after school and do things, so that was fun. And yeah, ethnic fair I haven't been to, and this is going to be my first year.
Did you know about it, and how did you get introduced to it?
You introduced me to it.
See, guys, ethnic fair people need to tell others about ethnic fair.
Yeah, and guys, it's really important to advocate for the things you're a part of. Like, you guys know I'm always talking about preschool any chance I get. It's really important to advocate and to talk about the things that you like and the programs that have supported you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you ask? Sorry, I forgot your question.
I said, how do you feel about ethnic fair?
Oh, yes. But how do I feel about ethnic fair? Ethnic fair, yeah, I think that it's really cool that Troy is kind of supporting their students in that way, and kind of being like, like, here's the specific place, for you to showcase your culture and, your food, your dance, your garb. It's really, really cool. It's really exciting. And two, it makes me feel good as a student, to know that our school is so diverse, because of course, you can look around and, be like, okay, and make assumptions, but to really like see that kids are from every single corner of the globe, and they're all at your school in one place in Michigan. It's really cool.
And they're good. It's not like random. They're really good. Yes. Like, my first year watching them, I was like, wow, like, these people, like, they know what they're doing.
Yes.
Like, get me up there and teach me what you're doing. I want to do it too.
It's really exciting to see. And I think that what sets Athens apart and our ethnic fair apart so much is just the raw passion that students bring. students at Athens are very passionate about a lot of things. I was just talking to a teacher about this, but about how like SAT and APs are like ramping up, but like we go so hard. Like we do not play about these grades. Like we're gonna lock in. We're gonna do whatever we have to do to like make this grade, to finish this test, or like to do whatever we have to do.
Exactly.
So the students that participate in ethnic fair, they bring a lot of passion.
Exactly. And like Ms. Peterson said in the past, she can't sing the song and do the dance at the same time. The fact that our school's providing these opportunities, if no one's taking those opportunities and no one's caring this much, like our students care so much. And I just think that's what makes us good. Like the fact that we care and we put in the effort, we want to do this, we love to do this, and we're so grateful for the opportunities that we have. I think that's one of the most important parts. Now, changing topics.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, Ethnic Fair is, when this episode comes out, which is April 21st at 6 p.m., it will start off with food. So you get to go around and go to tables and like try all these different cultures' foods.
I have a question, Ramon.
Yes.
Do I have to pay? How do I get in?
Okay, so if you just want to participate or you just want to be there on the day of Ethnic Fair?
I want to be there and I want to eat the food. I want to do everything.
Okay, so if you are just going for the day, it's a $5 entry fee, only because this money, half of it is going to charities. So we always pick a charity and half of the money goes there and the other half goes to fund our ethnic fair for whoever needs money to run it, because it's fully student run. So our food tables are student run, our performances are student run, and sometimes students need help paying for these things. And Miss Naji is always there to support us.
Shout out Miss Naji.
Yes, she's
Athens
amazing.
counselor.
Yes. So yeah, the only reason honestly that we're able to do ethnic fair is because Miss Naji started it a couple of years ago, and honestly it just always gets better and better. And shout out to Miss Naji. She's so sweet. She's so kind.
She is.
On the like, if you want to be a part of like ethnic fair, what you're gonna do, first of all, it's free, basically, like to sign up and be there. But if you want to buy things for your club, for your board, whatever, you're gonna pay for that. But you don't have to, like, you can do it by yourself. But it's free to start. You just have to sign a sheet with a club leader, your culture that you're representing, and it can be like a niche, like a small group, or like a huge group of people. Like it could be Middle East, which is what we're doing, or you could be like Palestine or Syria or something like that, which I think that's really cool too. And then you just get your group of people, or you by yourself. You don't really need anyone. I've known a couple people who have done it by themselves a couple years, and it's been great, like every single year. And yeah, like you just start practicing whenever you can. For us, I think we start practicing ideally in January, just because we don't want to be there like every day practicing, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And for a couple hours, and I think that's been pretty like ideal. Like we're on top of things. But yeah, we change it up if we need to and stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, Ramon, what does this mean to you that you have been doing this for now 3 years? And what does this mean to kind of sit down and to really be able to create this kind of beautiful conglomerate of your culture? What is that like? What does that feel like?
At first, I didn't know I could start ethnic fair. So my sophomore year, I started it in January. So I thought about it in January with a group of friends. Shout out to Yara and Shireen or Shed. Basically, honestly, shout out to Shed. She was a transfer student from Indonesia. Literally that year, it was her first year at Athens.
That's amazing.
And I don't know, I felt like I just dragged this girl the whole year. It was so funny. Like, I was just like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Let's do it. And she was always down. And she's so cute. I love her. And Yara, like, I think she had moved to America a year before. So I just dragged these two random students that just got to America. And they were like so down. Like, they were so open. They were so fun. They were so supportive. I could not have done it without them. And yeah, I was just like, let's start this. And they're like, okay. So we went to Shireen's basement, and we would just practice in there and figure out what dances we wanted to do. And then we started practicing beginning of March, end of February. So it was really, really last minute, but we were able to do it. And I think for like the amount of time we had, we did really good. So I just wanted to shout out those people and everyone who's there's a lot of people who stuck with me for a couple years, and it just like, it's so heartwarming. And also I found my passion for dancing. Like, I always
You know,
liked
I love
dancing.
that.
I always liked dancing, but I never knew what I could do with it. You know, like I was just there. And now, like, I love dancing. Like, if you want to dance, let's go dance.
Yes.
Let's do it. Like, ballroom, Middle Eastern, anything, any culture. Just teach me and I'll follow your lead. Even if I look stupid, I don't care. I'm so down. Also, I'm not afraid of starting new things anymore. And I think that was, like, one big part of it. Like, I'm not afraid to step outside of my comfort zone, even if it doesn't go perfectly. You know what I mean? I think that was really, really important.
So this has taught you a lot. This experience has taught you that even though, you know, things are hard and things get difficult, of course, like, this is something that you're passionate about.
Exactly.
And you're going to do it anyway. You're going to get back up and do it anyway.
And honestly, sometimes on this podcast, I feel like we sound fake. We sound like what people say on the internet, and that's it. But these are real experiences. And I used to, whenever I hear people be like that, I'm like, no, how can you start something new? Like, that's so hard. Like, you need a lot of money to do that. It starts here. It starts when you're young and you have these opportunities and you take them. You don't need ethnic fair, dude. Go in your backyard, start a group.
Yes.
Record videos and post it on YouTube.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how many views you get. Doesn't matter who shows up to watch. Just go out there and do what you like. Like, if you guys don't know, I have a YouTube channel and, like, I get 8 views. I don't care. I'm having a blast. I'm recording fun videos with my friends. It's so fun.
It's so fun.
And, like, also in, like, 10 years from now, I'm going to go down and, like, I'm going to be like, this is funny. This is funny.
Right.
And do you have an experience like that? Have you had an experience where you were like, oh my gosh, this has taught me so much and I'm going to keep doing it?
Yeah, I would say dance, but I'm going to change my answer right now. Like, as it comes out of my mouth, I'm going to say running, because, like, dance is a chapter that I've closed, and running is one of my favorite things. Summer is coming up, and as it gets hotter, guys, I run every single day in the summer. I love going outside. I love the sun. I love the feeling. It is literally one of the best feelings in the world to me. And I pushed myself to 9 miles last summer. And what I learned from that is the discipline. But literally, you have everything inside you. And I hope, and, like, rather it sounds cliche, people literally need to hear, like, I don't think that any one person can hear this enough. You literally have everything you need inside you. Rather you believe it or not, rather people tell you or not, rather people say that you don't or not, rather your parents think you do or they don't, rather your teachers think you do or you don't. You literally have all of the potential, all of the belief, all of the motivation inside you to do whatever you want to do. And I think that, yeah, you know, you doing ethnic fair and, you know, me, you know, starting to run again, I think that, you know, obviously these things are very different, but the
same idea.
They are the exact same idea, and they teach you lessons that are so important, especially to learn young.
Yes.
Especially to learn young and to learn that determination and that self-drive. I think one of the reasons I like to run so much is that it's very independent, you know, like it's you, you know, it's your brain, and you have to push yourself. You have to get there. There isn't really, you know, a team or, you know, anyone. It's literally you. So I think that, yeah, it teaches that self-determination and that drive.
And that feeling after you're done. Like, it's going to feel so, sometimes it's going to feel bad when you're going through these things. And you're like, is this worth it anymore? And I had these situations with ethnic fair. This year, I was considering if I wanted to do it because it was hard. But good things don't come easily, and you have to work hard. And I feel like a lot of people are not willing. Everything comes at a cost, whether it's good or bad. You have to look at the positives, and you gotta see if the cost is worth it. For ethnic fair and for running, it's time. It's a lot of time that goes into it. Exactly. And physical pressure. Like, physically, it's so tiring. You're practicing for 3-4 hours sometimes, or you're running for so long. 9 miles is not so okay. 9 miles is not easy.
Thank you.
But, like, what you said on, like, you got it in you. You literally don't know what your limit is until you go and see if that's your limit. And I feel like this also reminds me of powerlifting, because you had to keep putting on that weight and see how much you can do to see when you need to stop. And guess what? Same thing with powerlifting. You can get past it once you keep going forward and keep reaching for it. You have to put it in your mind, and then you have to think about it, and then you have to do it, and then you're going to reach your goal. That's how almost everything is. And it's never too late. You're never too old to learn. You have to learn how to learn. And learning how to learn young is so important because you have to be comfortable with learning new things. And I think that's honestly the biggest lessons I've learned, honestly, in the past 4 years. Because I would say ethnic fair, but ethnic fair was a part of it. The podcast was a part of it. So many things. And I think it just made me a more confident person. Even if I have my lows, it's fine, we all do. But you have to like look positively and keep moving forward.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you mentioned the podcast too, because this was a big thing for me. When I first heard about the opportunity, I was like, no, I can't do that. 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 I was like, there's no way. I was like, me like talking. I was like, what am I even gonna? I can't. It was a million reasons why no, I couldn't do it. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't know how to talk. I didn't know how to and you jump head first. You jump head first, and I mean, could it have not worked out? Yeah, but I mean, look where we are now, right? And so what?
Because even if it didn't work out, you would have learned something. And it could have literally been anything. Like, I did an internship a while back, and I had to apply to multiple things. And I got rejected over and over and over again, or I failed multiple times. But sometimes you have to fail it through to get that success. You have to realize that, like, successful people are people who just kept going after they failed. Everyone starts somewhere, and you're gonna fail no matter what. If that's what you want to call it, sure. But I want to say I tripped. I fell, and I got back up.
A stumble is still a step.
Exactly. And walking every day is better than jumping a jump and falling back. And then you're not going to keep moving. So, yeah, one step at a time is so important. Like, recently, I think it's important to talk about this. Recently, like, I was struggling with my attendance because of things, but here's the thing. What I told myself was, like, no matter what, those were excuses because the end result was me not being at school sometimes. You know what I mean? And the first step it took was for me to think about it and realize it. The second step it took is for me to act towards it. So I called off work more often. I said that I need some time off. I started going to sleep early, even if I had homework, and then I worked on it. Even if I had to work, So sometimes you just gotta realize your faults and see what step to take next. And I think ethnic fair, it taught me a lot with that because I wasn't the best leader. I would sometimes get angry at my members. I would, you know, maybe if someone needed help or like they weren't great at something, like there was sometimes a way to say it where it made more sense to them rather than just getting like, oh my God, why don't you know what I mean? Like I taught you this like multiple times. And there was times where I was like that, and obviously it's hard and frustrating for all of us. But guess what? At the end of the day, that's just an excuse because what you do is what's written on paper. Nobody's gonna look at you and, you know, like if you hurt someone's feeling, you hurt someone's feelings. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna be like, oh well, she felt bad, so she's a mean person. No. Because guess what? You're a mean person, and everyone has their struggles. You know what I mean? So I think a big part of ethnic fair too was learning how to be a leader and learning how strict or how kind I need to be. Because you can't be too strict or too kind. You gotta like meet them in the middle. And I think that was like the biggest lesson I learned, and I still have a long way to go. Like leadership is not something easy, and nothing is easy. But being able to learn that, I think that was really, really, really important. How about you, Lauren? Have you had a moment where you felt like that?
Yes, totally. Leadership is something I'm passionate about, and I've always been passionate about. I mean, I want to be a teacher, so I mean, I basically am going to be the, you know, the head of that classroom, the leader of that classroom. Leadership is it's a fine line because of course, you know, you want to share your ideas, you want to be heard, but also as a leader, it's your job to make sure that everyone is heard. It is something that you have to have a passion for, and I think it's something that you have to have a certain knack for. It's not for everyone, but I think that it's important, and I think that it's important to get comfortable with, no matter what type of person you are. Unfortunately, I think that in a lot of group settings that I've been in, it's just almost like, and I think it's almost interesting to observe too. You kind of already know, you know, who's gonna kind of take, you know, the front seat, who's gonna kind of fall to the back. But I think it's important that no matter who you are, if you're a bit more shy, if you're quiet, or if you're loud and you have a lot of opinions. I think it's important to teach yourself how to lead, not really necessarily boss, but definitely how to lead. Yeah. So I definitely think it's important and it's crucial.
That's so important. Thank you so much, Lauren, for sitting down with me. And everyone, make sure to come to Ethnic Fair. And if you see this too late, it's every April, so make sure you guys join, get involved. It's so fun, or at least go watch and support us. We really, really, it means the world to us. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, Lauren. You guys always know where to find us at Life.Unfiltered Pod on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok.
And if you guys would like to be a guest or have something in mind that you would like to DM us, the form is in our bio, or our DMs are always open.
Thank you guys for watching. My name is Marla Kabati.
And I'm Lauren Lewis.
And always remember to embrace the mess
and live life unfiltered.
Bye, guys.